Hi, I'd like to discuss a few practical tips for how small law firms can retain diverse talent. The first tip that I have is to be really conscious about your efforts in retaining diverse talent and creating an inclusive environment at your law firm. I think that it's become, unfortunately, very obvious that many diversity and inclusion efforts are falling short, and that the number of diverse attorneys who are staying at law firms has not been improving. So as part of those efforts, I would really suggest that if you have a program or a policy or procedure in place, to not just assume that those policies, procedures, or programs are working and creating an inclusive environment at your law firm. I would suggest that you be conscious about evaluating whether or not those efforts are being successful in terms of how your attorneys, your diverse attorneys, are responding to those programs. And as part of that is my second tip, which is to, of course, make sure that the firm leadership is involved with the diversity and inclusion efforts at your law firm. This tip has been discussed over and over at a number of different diversity and inclusion seminars, conferences, and CLEs, but it is, of course, essential for the success of any diversity and inclusion effort at a law firm that the leadership lead by example and that they be involved with the diversity and inclusion efforts. Without their leadership, without their involvement, quite often diverse attorneys may feel that there is not really an interest or an effort in supporting them, in including diverse talents at the law firm. And of course, that is something that you don't want to happen, where you put in all this effort, yet because of that missing element, the programming or policy or procedure fails. And with that in mind, I would suggest keeping the dialogue open between the leadership and the diversity efforts, programming, policies, or procedures. And that is, of course, essential in terms of making sure that the needs of the diverse attorneys are being met. This, of course, is important in terms of the assignments that are provided to diverse attorneys, as well as the environments that the attorney is feeling or facing. Quite often, many diverse attorneys have commented that they felt very isolated at their law firm when they are, the only diverse attorney, the only female attorney, so that it is, of course, essential that efforts be made to make sure that any of those concerns are addressed. And that can be something where, of course, you have a sponsoring or mentoring program set up at your law firm. And that can be either informal or formal. I know mentoring and sponsorship happens quite often at all law firms. And one of the problems that many diverse female minority attorneys will say is that they do not have the opportunity to see someone who looks like them in a leadership position and who is mentoring them. But of course, because of the current demographics of leadership at law firms, that of course may not always occur. So because of that, it's essential that the non-diverse attorneys, the leadership, if they get involved in mentoring and sponsoring the attorneys who are diverse or who are minorities or women, in order to make sure that they are obtaining the skills and the opportunities that they need in order to be successful, and that make them feel included, and that you're interested in their success, and that they want to continue at your law firm. And finally, I would just like to say that this again all ties into the fact that it's a conscious effort for law firms to make sure that their diverse talent feels welcomed, supported, and included at the law firm. It's important that they have the opportunity to discuss any concerns that they have, whether it be about feeling isolated, questions about being able to attend different events with clients. Those are all things that, of course, with any attorney, any associate, any senior associate, or any partner would be interested in being involved with. So, of course, making sure that they're included in the decisions and in the discussions that are going on with your law firm. Thanks so much.